Today's beer of the day is going to be the Ranger IPA from New Belgium Breweries. Great IPA, one of my favorites. Can't complain about that. Great beer for a hot summer day. Another one of my favorite characters, the oldest living Space Marine in the Imperium. The guy is awesome. Last edition, he sucked. Survivability was weak. And again, a lot of rumors about this guy being freaking a Lord of War. Bullcrap. You know, I get tired of some of these rumor sites. They really got me upset about some things that never came to pass. I guess I should just trusted Games Workshop. I know, guys, whatever. But Jorn dropped 50 points. Huge point reduction. He's got more options now. He's got more free options. Twin-linked las cannon is just a 5-point increase, where last time it was a 20-point increase. You're talking about 290. And that weapon skill 6 with a twin-linked las cannon, that's going to hit pretty much every time. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Comes with the assault cannon, standard, venerable, ancient tactician, which means +1 to your siege initiative roll, which is a huge. I mean, that is so worth it to get that alpha strike, especially if you're drop pod an army. Ward of the Primarch, he's a 5-up invulnerable. He's venerable. Sack of the Majesty, so everybody can re-roll their morale and pinning checks. Pretty big deal. Now he can replace his assault cannon with a plasma cannon, which is awesome. I love having a plasma cannon with a BS of 6. That thing never scattered, barely, ever. The Hellfrost cannon, again, is pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to use it yet. Looks fun. Or the twin-linked las cannon, and he is officially can take a drop pod now. So weapon skill 6, BS 6, strength 7. Front armor is 13, so he's going to be just as survivable as some of those Blood Angel Dreadnoughts, and that hasn't really changed from before. His initiative is still slower. He has 4 attacks and 3 hull points, but some of these other Dreadnoughts that you can partner him up with and get a couple of Dreadnoughts right in the mix of it, I think Space Wolf Dreadnought Army is going to be pretty nasty. True Claw, strength 10 AP2, melee mastercrafted in shred. So that's pretty much guaranteeing that you're going to, weapon skill 6, most of the time he's hitting on a 3. So his 5 attacks that he gets, let's say he hits 3 of them, 2 he misses, he's probably going to at least hit 4. And then of course he's pretty much going to wound every one of those, because he's got shred on his strength 10 AP2 weapon. So Bjorn's gonna be a beast, man. And for a huge point reduction, I'm digging him. I don't know if I kind of want to do the assault cannon just because that's like how Bjorn was done. I actually have a very well converted Bjorn that I might like better than the new one. I did pick up some extra dreadnoughts though, so we'll see what happens. But I'm glad to see him back in the army. And he's looking pretty sexified. I kind of want that Bjorn though too. That one it's a little bit more simpler than I thought it would be. Believe it or not, I thought it'd be a little bit more ornate to be the oldest living space, Marine out there. But so Blood Claws, big winner with these guys. I love my Blood Claws. I use them in 5th edition all the time. Threw them in a Land Raider Crusader. They're even more versatile now. They went down a dramatic amount of points. So if you're putting 15 guys out there, and those guys went down 3 points each, that's pretty substantial. That's pretty substantial. 15 points to 12 points, and all of the war gear is the same. There hasn't been any war gear, with the exception you're not getting a free 2nd assault weapon or specialty weapon, which I'm not really that concerned with. Oh, correction, you do have to pay 10 points additional for that Wolf Guard pack leader, but still. So you are paying about 5 points more than you would normally for a Wolf Guard, but I'm okay with that. Rage special rule now, so you get rid of that silly can't shoot thing. Counterattack, all that stuff is good. Gonna get their 2 attacks in. And also you can put them in a Storm Wolf, which is awesome. There's one thing I'm kind of concerned with here. It says dedicated transport is 50 points. I don't think that's correct. I don't know why that is like that. I think that's an error in the way this is made. There's a couple things here. There's going to be some updates, because sometimes the strength and the type, like this right here, range, strength, AP type, it's all like stacked. It should be across there. So, I know they had some problems with this one. We'll see some updates here soon. But 15 Blood Claw with a Wolf Priest and a Storm Wolf, holy crap. Awesome. You know, I paid the 75 points for the landing pad to start those guys on a landing pad, and then, you know, fly them out there. You're, you know, dumping those guys out and get them assault, you know, in turn 2 across the board. I mean, that's freaking awesome. So Blood Claws, we'll see some more of those. Lucas is, he's still here. He went down a ton of points. So before, Lucas was basically 155 points because you had to pay for 1 Blood Claw that would be upgraded for 140 points. So now he's 80. He's just a character that you add into a Blood Claw unit. So technically, I guess you could have, you know, 15 Blood Claw and then Lucas as a 16th. I probably wouldn't do that because I would want to put him in a vehicle. Same war gear, Wolf Claw. I think this time it's I guess it's not Mastercraft like it was before. You know, he did lose his Wolf Tooth necklace and his talisman, but he is ballistic skill, weapon skill 5, so you know it is what it is. Blood Claw hero. So basically, if he joins a Blood Claw, he reduces their. I know he reduces their leadership, but he doesn't take up a force organizational slot. Rebellious, there he is. So any test that they make, they have to do leadership 8. But you put him with somebody who's fearless, it's not going to matter. And then the last laugh, which now is just a roll off. The other thing with the Pellet Doppelganger, it's much easier. Basically, in a challenge, he's going to reduce somebody's weapon skill by 3. So he'll be hitting on 3s when that happens. So he's okay. I'm still going to play him. I just always thought he was a fun character. And I have static bombed people before with the last laugh, and it sucks. And imagine, like, you know, getting a hand-to-hand combat with a freaking Titan or something like that. So I don't think there's any rules that say you can't do, you know, monsters, creatures, or stuff like that. Pretty cool, pretty fun. Go ahead and stomp me, bro. See what happens. All right, so there's Lucas. Crazy looking models. All right, so the Grey Hunters. Big worry about them losing their additional close combat weapon. So basically what they did is they dropped them from 15 points to 14 points, but you have to pay 2 points if you want the additional close combat weapon. Now, I do have some guys that were modeled without the sword. They actually had the bolter. Majority of my guys are modeled with everything. So I'll probably save a couple points here and there with them, because maybe some people, if I'm going to put them in a more shitty spot and they're not going to assault, I'll be picking and choosing how to deploy them a little bit better now. So I'll save a few points. I am a what you see is what you get type of guy. Or I might just be modeling, you know, chain swords at people's hips, magna locked on their armor or something. I don't know. But I didn't lose the extra attack, which is cool. You are paying a little bit more points with them, and of course the Wolfguard pack leader now. Now Wolfguard kind of went down in points all around, so you're kind of making it up if you were to get, you know, buying a 10-man squad of something and then, you know, breaking them up, you overpay for your other troops, so it kind of makes it up. And also you're losing that free extra special weapon. So, you know, I was running some points, and it's significant. It's a significant point difference, where before I was right around like the 175 mark. You know, we're looking at up to 200 points now for some of the loadouts that I do. Now, I like to go option heavy with my Grey Hunters. They're so versatile. I don't know, you know, where I want to throw them at, especially if I'm drop potting. So it's one of those situations where now it's actually better because I can put one Power Fist normal Grey Hunter in there and a Wolfguard with a Power Fist. I like Power Fist, what can I say? And now that Grey Hunter's not gonna get sniped out by a challenge or anything. With 10 guys, keep in mind, I can have 2 melta guns or flamers or plasma guns, and then I can throw another combi melta or combi plasma on my Wolfguard. So that's pretty cool. Now they don't have the Wolfguard totem anymore. They have a banner that you can buy for 25 points, the Wolf Standard. It's not the same thing as before, where the old totem was phenomenal. You know, you basically re-rolled all your ones for anything for a turn, you know. I'm gonna miss that. My friends hated that, and I know that they're glad to see it go, because it just made the Wolfguard the Grey Hunters that first turn pretty nasty. I mean, pretty much hitting with all my shots, you know, my saves the next turn, and they were pretty good. So I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that a lot. But I think in the end, this goes back to more of like a 3rd edition build list with the amount of stuff that I can have, with the exception that I think back in the day in 3rd edition you could have 2 plasma pistols, two special weapons, and you can only have like 1 melta gun or whatever. So, you know, yeah, so it's not bad and it's not hateful. You know, we'll just have to deal with it. I think we're gonna see a lot more Bloodclaw on the table than Great Hunters. So Bloodclaw are gonna make up for the points there. But they're still owning the midfield. They can still take a charge because of the counterattack and their additional close combat weapons. So, you know, unless you're assault specialized unit, you don't want to charge Great Hunters. Unless you're Blood Angels, you don't want to charge Great Hunters. It's just not smart. So I can live with that. Again, Stormwolf, which is also pretty cool. And of course, I'll probably be drop potting these guys more than the Stormwolf though. The Stormwolves are bigger units. Iron Priest.